I'd love to show you some recent equipment that I purchased this fall to upgrade my capabilities and improve the quality of my work. Now, before I get to that, I have to give this disclaimer. I only buy stuff when it's gonna make my life easier, make me more money, or make my work better. Those are 3 reasons why I will invest money in my business by buying new equipment. So I'll do my best to explain not just what I bought, but why, because that's really important. First thing is this Neewer tripod. This thing is great. It was only around 100 bucks. It's heavy duty, it's pretty much all metal, and it can do some things that I really needed. So I already had 2 tripods. One was a really small, lightweight tripod that couldn't get very high. It didn't have a lot of weight to it, which made it a little bit dangerous to put expensive cameras on and have out in public areas like weddings and parties. But it also had a ball joint, which is really annoying for certain things because keeping things level was just a little bit more work than it should have been. And my second tripod was a really heavy, really sturdy and stable tripod that's just a pain in the butt to carry around because it weighs like 15 pounds. I don't even know how much, it's just a lot. So I invested and bought actually 2 of these. They had really good reviews and they had the features that I needed. It's got a nice fluid up and down for tilts. It's got a ball here so I can actually level it if I'm on uneven ground. It has double extending legs so it can actually get up to, I believe, eye height. It's got a level here and it's just perfect. It's a good size and a good weight for me to carry around and use when I'm doing multi-camera productions. Next is the Yongnuo 660. Now this is an LED video light. I've had the little brother versions, which is a 360 version 3 Pros for I don't know how long, maybe 4 or 5 years. I love those little things. They have been with me at weddings. They've helped me with product shoots, both video and photo, and I've always been preaching and bragging about them, and I've even got a bunch of my friends to buy them because they're that great. Now, I was curious about this bigger version. As a video artist, I'm constantly on the search for something that can give me more light and better control, and I like this so far. I'm actually gonna do a review of this alone because I'm probably gonna give it maybe 3 stars or 4 stars. It didn't quite match up to what I hoped. That happens sometimes when you buy stuff, you know? Yeah, I'll do a detailed video on this later. It does serve a purpose, but there's a few downsides that are noticeably annoying that I really don't have time to get into now. But this is a battery powered light. You can mount it, of course, on the bottom. You can plug it in with a power supply, and you can also put in NPF batteries. You have to use 2 of them. That's one of my complaints. You have to use 2 NPF batteries for it to actually turn on and work. I guess because the draw is just so much. I'm sure there's some engineering reason I don't understand. It does have a built-in handle. It does not have a remote control like the little brother versions do, which I love. And it can be controlled by Bluetooth via your phone. So before I start doing a whole review on this, I'm gonna stop there and leave it at that. But this is nice. I do like it for handheld stuff. Maybe if I have an assistant, it'll be a little bit more feasible. Or if I'm doing a wedding exit, very easy to hold and blind my subjects with because it can get really bright. And of course it can do RGB color and it has a bunch of effects, which I'll never use. But it can do RGB color and warm versus cool balance. So you can control the Kelvin temperature, you know, warm to cool. So that's great. So that's that. Next is these metal brackets, and I do love these. These are solid metal. I don't think there's any, okay, this handle, this piece is plastic. That's it. Everything else is metal, and you can feel it. It does have teeth when you turn it. It has those kind of interlocking teeth, maybe like 32 of them or something like that. So that's nice, and that gives it extra strength. The problem was with my Yongnuo LED lights, like that previous one, and even the little brother version, sometimes with that big battery, the weight would be too much for my joint and it would fall forward and like boom, bounce at a 90-degree angle. The battery would snap off. It might hit someone in the head. That never happened, thankfully. But that falling cannot happen with lights, especially with bigger, expensive lights. So I bought these bad boys to really crank down the tension and make sure nothing falls or bends when I don't want it to. And so far I'm very, very satisfied with them. It does have that kind of spring reset thing. So if you have like a light that's in the way, you can reset the handle and, tighten it and start over again, kind of like a, I don't know, ratcheting action. It has this tightener for the top, which is where the baby stud goes in. And that holds the actual light. The baby stud screws into the light. And of course the bottom screws onto the light pole onto another baby stud or the top of your light pole. So really great, really sturdy. It's important to invest in metal stuff where it counts because you don't want your expensive equipment falling and breaking because you had cheap plastic brackets. Now, because I bought the new light, I also needed new batteries. I only had enough for my smaller lights and they were the big batteries. So I figured if I'm gonna have to add 2 batteries onto my Yongnuo 660, I want them to at least be the smaller versions. So I bought a 4-pack of these. I've barely used them yet, but I mean, they're great, batteries are batteries, and I got 4 of them. I also bought a quadruple charger, which I thought came with batteries because the picture showed it with batteries, but I was wrong. It did not come with batteries, and I definitely left a review on that. So I bought the charger and the quadruple set of batteries. Next, I finally made a big boy move and got wireless mics. I chose to go with the Godox M2 or the Movelink 2s, kind of because they were cheaper. They're only $100. It comes with 2 of them that come in this nice sturdy little case, which is also a charging case. You plug the case into the wall and it charges all 3, the receiver and the 2 microphones simultaneously. What you can do with these is you can clip this onto someone's shirt if you don't mind the big obnoxious Gen Z square recorder on there. I don't like doing that unless I'm like in really run and gun interviews with people that are really fast and out in the field. I don't like clipping this onto them, but it does sound good and it works. I prefer to plug in the lapel mic, which is what I'm using right now. And this will go in their pocket. The lapel mic goes up and clips on, looks cleaner, less distracting, and it sounds great. So yeah, you can plug in a mic or use the built-in mic. And I'm still learning these. I have got a low level of noise. I think I may have the settings wrong. I have this volume down low and I have to crank up my camera so it's increasing background noise or like wireless transit noise. I don't know. But once I figure that out, I'll be doing a review on these, I think. But they are really handy for $100. That's pretty awesome. If you buy the adapter, it doesn't come with it, but you can buy a phone adapter to basically plug in your receiver into your phone and record on the phone. Because these are not Bluetooth, they are wireless to the receiver. And the receiver right here has a 1/8 inch output to plug into your camera or your phone. And there's also a headphones output. And yeah, pretty handy, super cheap. It's got a clip, and the clip is also magnetic, so you can stick it onto metal stuff. Next thing is a Smallrig clamping arm. I love this. It's super versatile and useful for all kinds of crazy things. Now originally, it's advertised as a phone holding device, which it totally could be. However, I did find that the phone holder that came with the Smallrig arm was not wide enough to hold my Pixel 7 with a phone case. The phone case is not like a big OtterBox or anything, but it still couldn't reach wide enough. A little disappointing, but I'm using another phone holder I have that can reach and hold my phone, so that's great. Now this thing has tension, I don't know what these are called, tensioners on every joint, double ball joint on the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. At the base is a clamp right here that you can screw onto, a light pole, like something cylindrical, or a flat surface, because it has these little bending grippers right there, so you can totally clamp this on the edge of your table or on a chair or anything, and get it super tight, and it'll hold the arm. You tighten all the joints in whatever formation you want them, and bada boom, bada bing, you can hold a phone, a tablet. I'm planning on using this for small lights and even a microphone. Really handy. And this thing is metal, except for the tensioner handles, which is pretty common, but it feels great. Everything else is metal, and it's built really nice black finish. I love it. The reason I bought this is so I can clamp it onto my tripod and hold my phone right above the lens, because I'm using a free app called Parrot. This is not an ad, don't worry, they didn't pay me for this because it's a free app. Parrot makes teleprompter products. One of them is the free app that you can put in text, import text, and it'll scroll for you. There's lots of good options. And I've been using it in some of my documentary type and interview videos, promo videos. I put it right above the lens, and as far as I can tell, you can't really tell that they're not looking into the lens because they're looking like 2 inches up above it. This holds the phone right above the lens, and you got a teleprompter for free. Well, this isn't free, but the app is free, and that's pretty cool. I also bought a monodirectional or unidirectional microphone. I'm actually using it right now. It's a clip-on lapel mic that plugs into my recorder, which is a Tascam DR10L. That's another video, but the lapel mic itself is great. Now, most lapel mics you find are unidirectional, which means they're going to pick up sound from left and right and all over the place. I don't like that. I feel like if I'm pointing this and recording my voice, I only wanted to record my voice. I wanted to listen to up here, not everything else, which would be room reverb, which would be noise, air conditioning, people, anything that's in the background is going to get recorded to some amount. Now, the closer you have this to your mouth, the better, because it's proximity effect. But I felt like a unidirectional mic would be a nice investment and kind of an experiment to see if I get better quality than unidirectional mics. So far, I think it's better. Now, I do plan on doing an audio recording shootout video where I'm going to record myself with multiple microphones at the same time and see which one sounds best. I'll have at least 2 different lapels, the clip-on Godox mic, a USB mic, my field recorder, anything else I can find. I've got too many microphones in this point, and we'll see which one sounds best. I'm really curious how the unidirectional will compare to the omnidirectional lapels, if it's even noticeable. But that's coming in the near future. So yeah, unidirectional mic, super cheap, and I'm liking it so far. One of my favorite things I bought, I guess I should have put this first on the list, is the Akai APC Mini 2. This is a MIDI controller, traditionally used by DJs, VJs, and people making music. I'm actually using it to control Adobe software. How, you may ask? Well, I am a nerd, and I found a program called Bohm's MIDI Translator. It costs about 60 bucks, but it can translate incoming MIDI signals from a USB cord into anything, a keyboard shortcut, a Windows command, a macro, a script, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm keeping it pretty simple and only translating them into keyboard shortcuts like Control-C, Control-V, all the letter shortcuts in Photoshop, Lightroom, and Premiere, and it's been incredible. It did take a little bit of time to create my custom setup, but once it's set up, it's good to go, and I can still customize it. And it gives me color organization on my buttons. It, of course, organizes my apps on my buttons so I know which one is which. And I'm also using a separate program, this one is free, called MIDI 2LR. This takes your incoming MIDI signals and sends it to Lightroom Classic. Not sure about Lightroom, but Lightroom Classic works, and it's really cool. I can control all the faders, so I can finally edit with a tactile editor without spending $400 or $500 on some fancy, loop tools or whatever the brands are out there that are making these cool physical controllers. This one was like, I don't know, $80, $90 to get this controller. My creativity and free time is really the limit of what I can do with this controller. So it's been really fun to have some physical tactile controls for my shortcuts and my Lightroom editing. Last thing is these Velcro straps. I realize I have so many power cords, data cords, and audio cables that I'm organizing now in my garage and my closet. I need a way to keep them together and not get tied into knots and twisted. So I bought this 100 pack of Velcros for super cheap. They're really great. You wrap the end around a cable, stick it through the hole, and then you can wrap it around itself, and it will basically stay on your cable even when not being used. When you're done, you wrap up your cable, Velcro it, boom, you got color coordinated Velcro lassos to keep your cords together and not make a mess. If you're interested in any of these products, go down to the description below and you'll find my link to my kit website, which will contain all the quick links. They're affiliate links to Amazon, so if you buy something, it might make me a quarter of a penny, whoop-de-doo. If I get viral, maybe it'll make me $1, but it's an easy way for me to get you all links in a quick and easy way. So go check those out down below. Buy something for yourself for Christmas or someone else that needs this cool stuff. If you have any questions about the stuff I bought, let me know in the comments down below, and I would love to know what you bought this year to improve your work or make more money. Thanks for watching this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.